Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a brand new release from VOSTEED. I have another one that was just released that everybody's been waiting on in a new color or new colors. And then a third one is a version 2 with a stronger lockup. We're going to check them all out in quick fashion and we're going to start that right meow. This is the VOSTEED grind. Would you just look at it? I've been waiting for this one. It looks so much different in person than it did in the pictures. I have the one with the green micarta and the frag pattern. There's like, I don't know, I think there's like 8 different versions of the VOSTEED grind. And I'll tell you more about that here in just a second. But how about a little texture vision? Oh, the last couple knives that have been on the channel didn't have texture. This frag pattern has texture on top of texture. You will not drop this knife. You will not lose your grip. Oh, it is so nice. And look at this. It has a deep carry, reversible pocket clip, and it is flat screws. There are flat screws, no mushrooms growing in the shade. It's a good pocket clip, very sturdy. And are you ready to see this blade? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh, there it is. There's the grind. Oh, yeah. And the thing that's specific and exciting about this one is this has a scandi grind. They have 2 different versions of blades. You could choose the scandi grind or the scandi grind with a micro bevel. And if you're not familiar with what a scandi grind is the bevel starts up here and it goes all the way to the very edge. This one does not have a secondary bevel, so it goes all the way back. This is extremely strong. You can use this for cutting wood, a little bushcraft type work. This is oh my goodness. I'm so excited to have this version. Now, just going all the way down and giving you a quick look, it's 154 cm blade steel. And here we have a crossbar lock, which is very sturdy, gives you 100% lockup. And there's your stop pin that is inside of the liners, which makes it nice and strong. I'm getting a nice snap. Oh yeah, that is nice. And then let's go down here and check out this end. There's your lanyard hole. And on this side, it shows you it's the grind in 154 cm, baby. And I hope you're having a fantastic day. I know I am, because we're checking out new knives and new knife releases. I will have links to the 3 knives you're going to see in this video down in the comment section at the top and in the description of this video. Now let's check out the action. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is going to be, man, there's going to be a lot of people excited about this knife. I know it kind of reminds me a little bit of a Benchmade. I'm not sure which one. I don't have any Benchmades, but it does come in and out very easy. You're going to be able to get this out of your pocket, open it up, cut what you're cutting, and then flick it back in. Very, very nice. Now, left and right, I'm not getting any movement. Up and down, not getting any movement. Are we centered? Yes, the blade is centered and it has a nice looking tip. Now I'm curious if we're going to be able to use this fuller to do a little bit of reverse flick action. We'll check that out here in just a second. Let's see if it'll cut a piece of paper. A scandi grind is a force to be reckoned with. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my. That is so quiet. It is so, oh wow. Look at this. This is, oh my, okay, so I'm telling you right now, this blade will impress you. I can't stress enough how much this scandi grind is amazing because you have no secondary bevel. It just keeps going out right from the very edge. If you're not familiar with the size of my hand, it's 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. Let's check out the ergos. Oh, very nice. Just gently giving it a little bit of a touch. Now, the bee squeeze is comfortable also. Now, how about in the classic grip, cutting like this for a little bit of push cutting? I am feeling the pocket clip or the back here. It's not hateful, but I would call it almost a warm spot. It's making itself known because of where that clip is placed. The clip is not really centered because you do have a lanyard hole in this placement right here. If the clip was centered, it might make a difference on not getting me with the edge of that clip. It's not hateful, but it definitely is making itself known. I'm calling that a warm spot without a doubt. Now, but this in the hammer grip, you're not going to have any issues. And because you don't have a flipper, you can choke up right here and really get into it. If you're doing a little bit of carving or making you a hot dog stick or a marshmallow stick, I like marshmallow stick better. This is going to be a great EDC, everyday carry, general purpose, folding knife for your pocket. I'm telling you right now. Now, the action is so good. It's so easy to use. Now, can I do a reverse flick? Now, see, I can't really get my finger, my thumbnail under there. The fuller, if it was sharper, I think it would enable me to do the reverse flick. Now, if I come down here, I can do the reverse flick if I choke way down on the knife enough where I can get my finger inside the fuller. But you can open it so easy with the lock bar, just like that. This is when you're gonna get out of your pocket, use it, and it's so easy to put back in. I would say the only issue is back here is a little bit sharp, which I would run by that with a couple pieces or just a couple swipes of some sandpaper, and that would take care of that. So there is the VOSTEED grind. Some of you like the specs, some of you don't. Well, I'm going to give them to you anyway. From tip to tip, it's 7.7 inches long. You have a 3.2-inch blade. The sharpen length is 3.1 inches. Your blade stock thickness is 120 thousandths of an inch. And then as far as behind the edge, well, there is no behind the edge. It just starts at the edge and continues all the way out. It weighs 3.7 ounces. It is not heavy. It has a good weight to it, a good balance. It is a very nice knife. And I just looked and these are running around $75. One thing I do want to mention, I was talking about a hot spot. That is if I'm holding it back here like this. Now, if I have my hand gripped and put my thumb out like this, in this fashion, I'm not feeling the pocket clip whatsoever because it is past my hand. So I don't want you to think it's a hot spot. It's just if you're doing cutting and you're choked way back to where you have this dug into your hand, then it's gonna be a warm spot. So I just wanted to clear that up. And backed by popular demand, it is, oh yeah, the VOSTEED Thunderbird. Would you look at it? Just look at it. I am liking this orange. I don't know what they're calling it, but man, I like the looks of that. It's not slick, but it is. It kind of has a little bit of rough texture to it, and it's Damascus. Ooh, man, it's nice. I love the Thunderbird. It is such a good everyday carry knife. It is multiple deployments. You can open it with the button, the back flipper, the front flipper. You can open it with the fuller. You can open it with the thumb hole. This is a multiple deployment knife. All get out. Ready? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh, yeah. Look at this blade. And the thing is, this blade is a hollow grind and it's a compound grind. Look at this. For hotter tasks, ooh, it's tougher up here, a little thinner behind the edge. It's not a super hollow grind, but some of you said that you didn't know this. I showed this in a video in the past. If you want to know if it's a hollow grind or not, you could put a straight edge to it and you can see just a little bit where it's shallow right there in front of my thumb. You can see where there's room. That's where your hollow grind is. Now, I do have a full review video you can go watch on the Thunderbird. The jimping is so good. It is grippy. Here's one way you could open it. The ergos are fantastic. This ramp right here, I don't know if you would call that a poon technically. You might. I think that might be actually some poon. The thumb ramp is just so good. It locks your hand into place. It's not going anywhere. If you're going to do some scraping with the front end of this Tanto style, I don't know what to call this thing. It's a drop point, kind of a Tanto, kind of not, compound grind. Despite of what it's called, it's a very good in the ergo department. Now there's your sharpening. Your plunge grind ends right there, so you're good for your sharpening. Now, one thing I will note about this knife, it doesn't have the strongest detent in the world. So when closing it, it can bounce out if you don't have it timed right. And you can also swing it open. So here's the different ways you can open it. You can reverse flick it. You can slow roll it open. You can top flip it. I mean, you can open this knife any way you prefer to open a knife. Now, one thing that I would do personally is I will probably replace the spring in here and make the spring a little bit tighter just so it stays shut a little easier on me because it does do a little bit of the bouncy bounce, but the ergonomics are fantastic. Either grip, the front or the reverse grip, you can get all the way up in here. You can get up in it to win it. And you do have a full-size choil. So as an everyday carry knife, just for everyday tasks, and if you enjoy flipping and flicking your knife. Now see there, the fuller, I wish the fuller was a little bit sharp, kind of like on the grind. That way my finger would grab just a little bit better to give me more grip on the reverse flick. But if you put your finger in that hole, Oh yeah, no problem. And you can open it with your thumb. You can open this thing any way you can possibly imagine. Now these come in, I don't even know how many colors. I think about 4 different colors. You can get it in the brass or the copper back spacer. And this is S35VN blade steel. That's what I'm talking about. This is the good stuff. I love S35VN. It takes such a wicked edge. Oh, mama. And then the blade length on this one, let's see, all the way out is about 3.5 inches. And then your, let's see, yep, about 3.5. And your sharpen length comes out to just shy of 3.25. So you do have plenty of everyday carry blade length with this bad boy. It only weighs 3.7 ounces. And if you want to know more about the Thunderbird, you can go watch my video on that one. I believe I actually do a disassembly on it. And the button does not come anywhere near my hand. I don't have any risk of hitting the button when I'm holding it. So whether that's a concern for you or not, there's your button. It is definitely sticking out and making itself known. And there is some good grip. The jimping is so good. They did a very good job on the jimping. I wouldn't mind a little more aggression, but that's me. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to say it one more time. If I haven't said it before, I hope you're having a fantastic day and I hope you're enjoying yourself. And if you're watching this while you're driving home or driving to work, hey, be careful. Don't get road rage. All right, let's check out the next one. This is one I've reviewed 1, 2, or 3 times. You could definitely do a search and go find my other videos on this. This is the VOSTEED Raccoon. Yes, and this I would call version 2. They've strengthened up the locking system. There were concerns before on how strong the button lock is. Now I can tell you this one, pushing, I have my hands in a safe spot here. I'm going to go ahead and push. I'm pushing very hard. I'm getting no movement whatsoever. Whatsoever. So I'm not feeling any movement on there. Left and right, up and down. It is 100% solid. There's your lockup, giving you a little look there. So I'd say the lockup's around, oh, okay, there's a look on the inside. You can see the ramp where it snaps into. So this one is not going to be, I wouldn't call it a heavy use knife, but you talk about a fantastic everyday carry. It's super lightweight. They have several different colors. I believe 2 different finishes for your blade. And the blade on these is 14C28N, baby. But just an all-around great everyday carry knife. It's a reversible pocket clip. It's not the deepest carry pocket clip, so you do actually have some room to grab it out, but it's inset into the micarta. And here's a little bit of texture vision. Look at this micarta. Oh, it looks so good. It does have some nice grip. I'd give it around a 5, 5.5. It is some good grippage. It looks so nice. They do a good job. How many times, don't do a drinking game, how many times I say good or fantastic, because you might, there might be consequences. Now, the action on this, reverse flick is so good. Using your thumb is so good. You can use the button, make your cut, use the button to close it. This does have good action. Now for your detent, I can swing it open just like with the last one. And I think that's something you're going to get with ones that have better action like this. So whether or not the detent is a concern for you, this one is a little more snappy. And then sharpening for days. You can sharpen this thing forever. This is a very attractive knife. This is probably, arguably, one of their most popular knives. But the thing is, with VOSTEED, whenever they come out with a new knife or they re-release a knife that they've already had out, they sell so fast because everyone knows they make a quality knife. Oh my goodness. So I hope you enjoyed checking these out. We will check these out more in depth at the live stream. Every Friday night, Beez Blades live at the Hive. All right. From 8:15 to 11:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Come to the live stream. You can lurk, hang out with us. We talk about knives. We have the knife cam, or if you have questions about the knives or you want to see size comparisons, where you might ask a question like, hey, what does that look like next to the QSP Penguin? Or any of the other knives that you've seen in my videos. We'll pull the knife out. I'll do a size comparison, give you a good idea, and answer any questions you have. So go watch this video. You're really going to enjoy that. And then till I see you again at the lives or in the chats, or definitely leave a comment and tell me what you think about these knives. Remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.